Hi, it's Maria here, and today I want to talk about finding your ideal customer. How do you define what qualities that you're looking for in an ideal customer? How do you know when you found them? And what do you do with them once you've found them? So before we get started, I want to say welcome for anyone who's new. My name is Maria Miners, and I am a serial entrepreneur. I absolutely love to help people learn to make money online, to start their business, grow their business. Think about things like the back end and the front end and the sales and the admin, and just really put all the pieces together to make a complete puzzle that is going to give you a business which will turn into a life that you love. So let's get started with today's topic, which is finding your ideal customer. And while I was researching this, I was looking over YouTube, and I found a lot of people had things about avatars. And avatars are kind of where you create your ideal customer, and a lot of people do them with worksheets or flowcharts or whiteboards or things like that. And I was just thinking none of that really works for me, because for me, I like to really get in the head of a person, in the psychology. And I also like to feel it in my heart, because I think that your ideal customer is somebody that you're going to connect with on a deeper level, kind of a heart level as well as a mind and money level, if that makes sense. So what I'd like to do today, instead of making this kind of a dry worksheet and let's answer these questions and fill this out, I want to take you on a meditation and kind of introduce you to your ideal customer. And we're going to do that in a minute, but first I wanted to say that below this video in the description there is a PDF where I've listed out the steps that you're going to take to do this. So you can follow along this meditation, and then later you can print the PDF and you can go through it again as many times as you need in order to get your very clear vision of who your ideal customer is. So having said that, let's get started with the meditation. If you need to get relaxed, get a glass of water, find a quiet spot or anything like that, then just pause the video and come back when you're ready. Okay, now all you have to do is follow my voice. You don't have to remember anything that I say or try to do it later, because you've got the PDF below and you can always play the video again. Alright, so just prepare to relax and really get into this visualization. And what we're going to do is use your imagination. And I want you to just go with the first thing that comes up, and don't really worry about if it's right or wrong or if it follows any specific, teaching or guru or anything. This is about you and your ideal customer, and it's very personal. So you ready? All right. So I want you to close your eyes and relax and take a deep breath in. And then exhale and just allow your body to relax even more. Another deep breath in. And then exhale and just allow your body to relax even more. And then in your imagination, and don't worry if it's not perfect, it doesn't have to be, I want you to imagine that you are walking up a sidewalk. And you're walking up a sidewalk to the home of your ideal customer. You're going to meet them for the very first time. You're going to learn all about them, and you're going to become very good friends. So knock on the door, and you're going to hear somebody inside coming to the door, and they're going to open the door, and they will be so happy to see you, so excited. They may give you a hug or shake your hand. They're going to lead you into the living room where you can all sit on comfortable furniture. Maybe get a glass of wine or a glass of water, a cup of tea. And you're going to settle down to have a nice conversation so that you can get to know your ideal customer. Now, I don't want you to pay attention too much to what they're saying, but I really want you to observe what they're doing and the surroundings and how they look and the kind of feeling you get from them. Feeling is very important, and I want you to really pay attention to the vibe or the energy that's coming from them to you and between the two of you. Okay, as they're talking, you're not paying attention to their words so much, but I want you to look at your ideal customer. Are you looking at one person or a couple or several people? Anything you come up with is just fine. Go with your first answer. Are you looking at a man or a woman? How old are they? Do they look healthy or are they kind of sickly looking? Are they sitting up straight and are they animated and excited to be talking, or are they kind of slumping over and down in the dumps? Again, anything that you come up with is just fine. These are the people that you're going to be able to most help, that will benefit the most from your product or services. As they're talking, I want you to look around the room a little bit. Notice the types of furnishings and the types of decorations that they have in their home. Are these brand new? Are they old and worn? Do they look like they're family heirlooms that have lovingly been passed down from generation to generation? Is it a clean place or a messy place? Do they have a coat casually strewn over the arm of a chair, or is everything out of sight or hung up neatly? Do they have evidence of pets or children? Is this a well-lived-in home or more of a formal kind of museum quality home? As you continue to look around, they now suggest that you go on a tour of their home. As they take you around, they start to show you all the things that they absolutely love, things that are important to them. Maybe they show you their kids' soccer tournament trophy. Maybe it's a piece of art hanging on a wall that's a fine art that was very expensive. Or maybe it's their 4-year-old's masterpiece. Maybe it's the afghan that their grandmother crocheted for them 50 years ago. Just really go around the house and notice the things that are most important and most dear to them, because they're going to tell you all about it. Listen to them tell you stories of their history, how they came to live here, what this piece of furniture means to them, what that piece of art means to them. Notice if it's a cozy place to live, if it's well lived in, or if it seems a little cold and foreign. Everyone's personality is different, and it's totally fine, whatever comes to mind. You just want to remember that this is your ideal client, your ideal customer, and you're really learning a lot about them and their personality. If kids run by, that's fine. If pets run by, that's fine. It's all part of who they are. They're going to take you on the back porch now, or the back lawn, and I want you to look at their yard and see how well kept it is. Does it have bicycles and tricycles all over the place? Does it have a bare spot where the dog likes to lay down in the sun? Is it perfectly manicured? Look around the neighborhood, which you can see from here. What kind of neighborhood do they live in? Is it an average suburban neighborhood? Are they out in the country? Do they live in a high-rise or a swanky part of town? How expensive are the homes here? Are we talking middle class or upper class? Is it a gated community? Is it exclusive, or is everybody included? Do they rent or do they own? As you go back inside now, you're going to sit back down on the couch again, and now it's time to listen to the words they say. They're telling you about their life. Do they have children? How old are the children? How active are the children in school and other things? And how active are the parents in their children's lives? Did their last child just go to college, and are they now empty nesters? Did they never have children? Do they have aging parents that they're taking care of, or other family members that need extra help? All of these things that they're telling you will give you clues about who they are and how you can help them with your product or service. Ask them what it is they love to do. Ask them if they met you on a Saturday night, what would they be doing? Would they be bowling or at their favorite restaurant, sitting at home watching TV? What do they do for fun and enjoyment? What are their hopes and dreams? Do they want to travel the world? Do they want to just retire and stay at home and putter around in the garden? Do they want to go visit their children who live far away? What are the things that are most important to them and the things that really, really make them happy? Everybody has different ideas of what makes them happy, and anything that you come up with is just fine. Remember that this is defining the person who is most likely to be your ideal customer. And whatever comes out in this meditation is exactly the person that you are going to be marketing to. Now I want you to think about and ask them what it is that worries them. What keeps them up at night? What really bothers them and weighs heavy on their mind, maybe causes stress and anxiety? How's their health? How's the health of those closest to them? Are they worried about their parents getting older, or maybe they're getting older, or some kind of health problem that they have or that runs in the family? Do they need your product or service because they want to be healthier, or they want to have the money or the resources to take care of their health? Really get into it until you have a very good picture of who they are. You can ask them anything you want, and they're going to tell you. Remember, this is all going on in your imagination. And in your imagination, the ideal customer is coming into clarity. Now we're going to switch gears, and you are going to become the ideal customer. Imagine them kind of melting into your body and becoming you. Really get into their head. Pretend that you are the ideal customer and you're going about your day. You're going to work, you're going on errands, you're doing whatever you have to do. What are you thinking about? What kind of work do you do? Is it white collar, blue collar? Are you in an office? Are you getting on planes all day long, going across the world? Are you in your car a lot? Do you work at home? What kind of physical activity do you do? Are you stuck in an office chair? Do you get to go to the gym? How is your typical day as your ideal client? You're now putting yourself in their shoes. What are you thinking about? What are you worrying about? What makes you happy? What makes you really, really angry? The more you get into this, the more real it's going to feel to you, and the more clear the picture in your mind will get. If you want, at this point, pause the video and take a notebook and start writing down some of their personality traits. Write down your thoughts and feelings about your ideal customers, questions that you need to have answered. Ponder some things and jot down notes on that as well. When you're ready to continue, then start the video again. Now that you've really gotten into it and you really know who they are and you've kind of become them, I want you to think about pain. Here you are, you're the ideal customer. What are you worried about? What causes you to lose sleep at night? What causes anxiety and stress, harms your health, causes strife within your family and at work? What problems do you have that are so big that you think that they cannot be solved? And what do you desperately want to change, but you just don't know how to do it? Really, really go deep and think about this until you can actually feel their pain. Do it in first person like it's you. You are the customer and you are in so much pain because you just don't know how to solve this problem. Now, with that pain in your mind and heart, I want you to get out another piece of paper or go to a Word document, and I want you to pretend that you're typing into Google. And I just want you to write down, what are you typing as you desperately try to find answers? What are you searching for? What glimmer of hope do you need to keep going, and what answer to your prayers do you seek? When people are in a lot of pain, they will go to the internet and they will start typing, how do I get out of this? How do I solve this problem? You can do this on a Word document or on a piece of paper, which will give you a list of a lot of different things that you might type when you're in this kind of pain. These are your customers' pain points. If you can solve these huge pain points, not only will they buy your product or service, but they will become your biggest fan. You can pause the video and make a list and then come back when you're done. Okay, whew. If you did this exercise so far and really truly got into it, then you might be a little emotional. I know that when I do this exercise, if I'm really truly into it, that I am a bit emotional, and it really does hurt to think about this kind of pain. So now, still in first person, you're still the customer. I want you to think of all the reasons why you are not going to buy the product or service. Here you have the solution right in front of you on your computer screen, or right in front of you on TV or in a store or whatever, and you're not going to buy it. And I want you to think about why not. Think about and write down what you're afraid of. What could go wrong? What has gone wrong in the past to make you not trust it'll work this time? Who has scammed you? Were you embarrassed at some point because it didn't work out and then you had to face family and friends? Are you afraid to fail? Are you blaming yourself for not being successful? Do you think you're not good enough or not qualified enough? Are the people close to you shutting you down or running interference or belittling you for your dreams? Do you not have the time or the energy or the resources or the money? Does your family, your job, or your health get in your way? Do you feel like you'd be a bad parent or a bad spouse if you did this because it would mean you put your own needs first? Just write down all of the reasons why you are not going to buy your product or service. Read them over and then pick out the top 1 to 3 reasons, like the very biggest ones that jump out at you. Usually they're kind of towards the top of the list, but not always. These are the reasons that you're going to solve for the customer to get them to buy your product or service. Don't do more than 3. In fact, 1 is probably the best. 1 or 2, maybe 3. And you want them to be related. So, for instance, if somebody wants to lose weight and their biggest point is they can't stick to a diet because it's too hard, it's too complicated, that might be something you address. But if they can't lose weight because they're on some kind of prescription that makes them gain weight, that's not something that you can address at the same time because it's a completely different reason. So you want to keep with complementary reasons. With that information, your information about who they are, understanding their pain, and understanding their biggest reason they're not going to buy your product or service, you now have the perfect formula to market to that specific person and to turn them into a customer. I'm going to read it off to you. First, get in your customer's head. Get to know them as well as you know yourself. Put yourself in their place and become them. Second, identify and feel their pain. Determine their biggest problems and really get into it again so it's like you are the one in pain. What would radically improve their quality of life if they could change it? Then identify 1 to 3 of the biggest reasons that they are not going to buy your product or service. What are the 1 to 3 reasons they're just going to blow you off or say no? If you can answer those questions, you will overcome the objections and they will be much more likely to buy. Then what you do is build your marketing around all of the information you have. Your videos, your Facebook posts, your emails, your marketing materials, your funnel will all address that specific person and take care of those specific needs and solve that problem so that they can buy into your solution and their life can become much better for it. So this is where the exercise ends. Again, there's a PDF down in the description that's got the same information. It's a little bit different because I'm doing this without a script. I just used a few bullet points to help me remember what to say. And I hope that you found it very enlightening. I know the first time I did it, it was like, wow, light bulb went off and I really understood some things. And I also suggest that you do it once and then put it away for a few days, maybe even a week, and do it again. And you'll get even more insights. And then right before you make marketing materials or you create content, it's a great idea to go over, kind of skim over the qualities of your ideal customer, because then you can be very certain that you are addressing that person instead of just kind of making up material. So that's it for now. I hope you found this video helpful. If you liked it, then please subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon so you can get notifications when I upload new videos, which is pretty much all the time right now. Get the PDF that is in the description, which will help you to form an outline to do this again. And please comment on this video, give me a thumbs up, and connect with me either here or on Facebook or the other places I am at the internet. So thank you so much for watching. I was really, really happy to do this video, and I hope you found it had some value and you have a wonderful day. I wish you all the success in the world.